welcome to our tutorial.
Day two. All right, so it was really cold, so when you turn this over, just go over the run section, and then here it's got a little countdown for your glow plugs to just warm up. So you want to do that before you actually turn it over. I mean, it's pretty standard for diesel stuff, so wait for that countdown to go, and then we are gonna get started. There we go. I think we're okay. There it goes. Oh yeah, it's getting some smoke in the back. Just gonna let it run for a minute. We'll let it run for a minute, heat up here, and then so that press to operate button is not lit up, so I'm not sure if it's ready to go yet. All right, I had to get my seat belt and the seat bar down first. Now I should be able to, there it goes. Once the engine is up and running, there's a throttle on the right side like this. If any of you have used a lawnmower, it has the turtle and the rabbit. Right, turtle is slow, rabbit's fast, so that's your throttle. You know, I've been using it pretty much throttled all the way up the whole time, except when you shut it down, you always want to throttle it down. You don't want to shut it down in a full throttle.
Should I start with
Okay.
Logan's ready. He wants to do it.
Now, this skid steer, it's kind of an older model and it's different from the ones that I've used before. The ones I've used before have a joystick where you control your directions and your bucket and lift, all like, you know, your usually I think it's the left side that does the directions, and then your right side controls your bucket and lift and tilt and all that kind of stuff. This one's a little bit different. This one's kind of like a tank. So you have both of these, and if you push both of them forward, you go forward. If you push just the right one forward, it's going to turn the skid steer to the right. If you turn just the left forward, it's going to turn the skid steer to the right. So, and then you can also push one forward and one back, and you can just do like a real tight turnaround. And to control your bucket tilt and the lift, there's actually floor pedals that do that. So your right floor pedal, if you push back on it, the bucket is going to kind of tilt up. If you push down on it, the bucket will tilt down. And then the left, if you push back on it, it brings the lift up. And if you push forward on it, it brings the lift down. So not a super in-depth tutorial, but if you do end up renting a skid steer and you get this model, if you've ever used any kind of a piece of heavy equipment before, like it's a pretty quick learning curve. But if you're not familiar with with floor controls like pedals and stuff like that, it might take a little bit of time to get used to it.
Driving techniques. So like for us, what we're working on is we're working on cutting in a road. We've done our first pass. What are some driving techniques for when you're trying to cut out something like that?
I would say slow and steady wins the race. You know, I cut out, well, we did that first probably maybe 100 feet or so. And I took my time, like just kind of slowly, you know, went past over it, went backwards, passed over it, kind of just slowly cleared it out. And I feel like that got me a much cleaner result. And then I started to realize that, you know, time was burning up. And so I thought, okay, I'm just gonna kind of plow through and get the rest of it cut out, just at least so I have a line to work with. It doesn't look nearly as clean. Like the first 100 feet of this is a lot cleaner than the rest of it.
Got it.
So if you have the time, like I said, slow and steady wins the race.
But I noticed, like, as an observer who knows nothing about this, you were going like over it and then you were like dragging backwards a lot to probably smooth it down, right?
Yeah, so that's one of the things.
So you kind of like pick up the dirt?
Yeah, you can use the bucket like a bulldozer, right? So,
okay.
You know, as you're going forward, you can clear the area like you would a bulldozer.
Okay.
Right? Now, if you drop the bucket and tilt the front part down, you can use it like a grader. So going backwards, like let's say you have like a rough spot like that, you're just skid steer, you put the bucket down and you grade over it, and it'll kind of flatten that spot out for you.
Okay, I was observing that. I was like, oh, that's cool.
And that's one of those things. If you're familiar with heavy equipment, like that's one of those techniques that you just kind of get used to. You have to do it to get used to it. I would try to do a video with it running, but it's really noisy.
Well, and we'll throw in some footage. I'll throw in some footage of you actually using it too.
Yeah.
And we can voice over as well.
Okay, so this is my left foot. This is my left foot pushing on the backwards on the pedal.
Left foot pushing backwards on the pedal.
It raises it.
It raises it.
Yeah. Left foot forward on the pedal lowers it.
Left foot forward on the panel lowers it.
Yeah. Okay, now your right foot, same thing. Backwards will raise the bucket.
Right foot backwards raises the bucket.
Can they see what's happening with the bucket?
Yeah.
Alright, and then left foot will lower it.
Left foot lowers the bucket.
Yep. Alright, so ready, Logan?
Yeah.